Hey, Mommy, welcome to the Mommy Collective podcast. I'm Paulina Roe, and this is your space, the No BS All Vibes podcast for ambitious moms who know that motherhood and big dreams go hand in hand. Whether you're killing it in the boardroom, hustling on your side gig, or just trying to get through the day without reheating your coffee for the third time, and yes, girl, we've all been there, this is the place for you. We're here to flip the script on the whole you can't have it all narrative, because spoiler alert, you can. Motherhood doesn't dim your ambition, it actually fuels it. And we're going to talk all about it, the wins, the struggles, and the moments that make you say, damn, I am really doing this. So buckle up, boo. We're diving into real talk, inspiration, and the occasional hot take to keep you fired up and thriving. This is the Mommy Collective. Let's do this. Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Mommy Collective podcast. It's Paulina here. And that's right, the Mommy Collective podcast. We're keeping it just real, unapologetically honest about this beautiful road, the beautiful life we call motherhood that is chaotic as hell, but here we are. I'm your host, Paulina Roe, and we are talking about those days today. You know exactly which days I'm talking about. And if you're listening to this podcast, you are more than likely a ambitious mother who is, not only chasing your little ones, but is chasing your dreams, whatever that might be, whether you're a corporate baddie, shout out to you. Maybe you have a side business, maybe you have a side hustle going on, maybe you are your own boss, or maybe you're like me and you work in media and you wake your ass up at 4, that's like 3:45 in the morning. Listen, this podcast is for you. And I know those days, okay? Those days where you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do anything and I really can't get anything done. And sometimes it's not even just a day. Sometimes it's truly like, it just feels like it's ongoing, where it might be a couple days, a week, and you're kind of losing motivation, right? You're kind of like not here for it. You want to get shit done. You want to be productive, but as a mom, there's 100,000 other things that you need to do or you would rather do. So trust me, I get it. So I kind of want to dive into that today, especially because that's kind of the funk that I'm in, even though it's the beginning of the year. The first week or two, I was mad motivated. I was here, I was there. Look at me getting my plans all set. But then like the third week hit and now we're here and like I'm just trying to find this motivation. I'm trying to shake this off, trying to get things done. But, even when you're a mom, just truly like doing your hair or washing your hair or whatever, drinking coffee, like it could just feel already like a lot going on. So like I completely understand. So I want to dive into like what to do when motivation is truly just MIA and how to kind of handle that. Well, first things first, I'm going to start with is cutting the bullshit for a second, okay? Just because you're feeling unmotivated doesn't make you a bad mom. So I want you to get that out of your head if you're thinking that. Doesn't mean you're failing, doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're honestly human, period, okay? Period. So as moms, we're juggling everything, and some days it's just you're doing everything and then some. But I want you to kind of listen for a second, because here's the thing, right? Those vibes, I don't want to do this vibes, they don't have to like own your whole day. And that's sort of what I'm realizing as a mom, a new mom of a 10-month-old almost, is that doesn't have to own who I am or even my whole day. So it could just be low-key my hormones. It could just be that list of just never ending to-do things, which I looked at mine earlier today and I was like, oh my God. It might just, maybe you're just tired from like folding laundry, from cleaning the house, from running errands, like whatever it is. Plus, before I even go into that, it's also winter when I'm recording this and winter sucks. So maybe it could be that too. Don't just, set up camp there. Just hold on for a second. I have a tip, okay? My first one that at least helps me is truly starting small. So don't let the big picture freak you out, because I am really good at freak outs. You just pick one little thing. So let's like making the bed. Let's say even putting on those damn pants. Little things that are on your to-do list. Maybe making that phone call. You got to call insurance today. I'm talking to myself on that one. These little things need to get done. So start small. Start small on that to-do list. One little thing. I promise you'll start to feel more productive. Another idea that I have kind of dives into the mental shift, right? Because if we're going to be so for real right now, when it comes to the mental shift, the hardest work really does start upstairs. And, I'm all about mental health. So here's some tips on how to kind of kick those blah vibes to the curb, because that truly, it can ruin your day. So let's be real. The first tip that I have for you, or I guess the second now, is the 5-minute rule, right? So promise yourself 5 minutes. That's literally it. You don't need to commit to the whole damn task. If it's laundry that's piled up, and that's how my laundry looks. Once you're in it though, I promise you'll probably want to keep going. So I always say, okay, I'm going to put some of these clothes away. I end up doing honestly all of it, if not majority, all of it. So even if you don't, put all the clothes away, I'm using that as an example, you've already won truly by starting. So just let that be known. Like, girl, you won on that one. Okay. So think of that. Flip the script. Tip number 3, stop saying, oh, I have to do this. And honestly, your perspective on this changes everything. And you can say, I get to do this. It sounds cheesy as hell. I understand that. But even that little bit of gratitude, that little taste of gratitude just kind of makes the negativity just get out of the way every single time. And I promise you it does. I started doing that. I started implementing that this year. Instead of saying that, I go, I get to do this. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. I get to wake up and make breakfast for my daughter. I get to wake up and go to work. I get to come home and clean our home, the home that we worked really hard to get, period. So start thinking of it that way. I think it helps. That's just my opinion, but you let me know if it helps you. And my 4th tip also is, if you're feeling overwhelmed, which is so easy to do, just break it down. Okay. Forget cleaning the house, because it sounds like a lot, and I get it. Aim for like cleaning the sink, right? Dishes, cleaning the sink up. These are smaller bite-sized goals, and they're way easier to tackle than losing your sanity. So, example, I had one of those days last week, right? Again, laundry was just like insanely piled up. I was like, I had to put this shit away. And I was like, no, not today, tomorrow. I started though. I was like, just fold the socks today. Fold the socks, we'll start there. I'm telling you. Then I was like, okay, I'm in the mode, I'm in the zone. Then the socks turned into shirts. Before I knew it, it was the next thing, and the whole pile was done, okay? So I'm telling you, the secret is to start small. So now I kind of want to get into maybe some like tacticals that I've thought of. These are my hacks for my go-to hacks, like kind of when I need to get shit done, but I have no energy, which is literally never. The first kind of piece of advice I'd say is to batch the tasks. So multitasking, I always thought was a thing. It might be a thing for some of you. For me, it was a scam. So instead, I'm kind of batching these similar tasks together. So if I got to answer emails, I got to pay bills and meal planning, right? 3 examples. Boom, 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 knock it out. I'm hitting the productivity jackpot, I swear. So try that. Kind of batch them together if they're kind of in the same area, right? You're like, okay, bills, emails. Well, I'm going to be on my laptop anyway. I'm going to answer emails. Let me go to ComEd.com and pay my bill. Think about it. Blocking off time. Time blocking is huge. Set a timer, focus on one thing, right? So block off your time. When the timer's up, take a break, scroll your phone, stare into space, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Stare at the wall. You've earned that, okay? So block off time to get things done. Recruit the kids is my next tip. So if your kids are old enough to put in the work, let them do it. Turn their chores into a game. Instead of chaos, now you got some backup. So try that. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. Hopefully it does though for you. The next one I have is letting go of the supermom complex, because we can definitely get shit done. We can definitely do it on our own, but we don't have to. I'm going to say it again. We can get shit done. I know you can get that done, but you don't have to. So as your partner, right? Tell your partner this. As my partner, I expect you to put in the work and to help me. These are half your kids. This is half your house. Put in the work. And there's no shame in asking for help. So ask your partner to handle maybe bedtime, whatever it might be, babysitting duties too. So if you end up like hiring a sitter, which I, am so for, definitely make sure that you do your research though of who you're hiring. I'm very big on that. Even hiring like help, like a cleaner, that all really does help, right? You don't have to do it all. You just have to do what matters. So if you can delegate things, which I'm kind of using that as my word for 2025, is delegating things that like I don't feel like are worth my time. I'm a big advocate for that. So please, please, please consider that. And then of course, using tools. Apps help a lot. So if you need to, set reminders or download apps that actually help you do this, it's like kind of having a personal assistant without the paycheck of one. I highly recommend it as well. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to always emphasize this part, and I'm always going to talk about this. You know me, the power of rest and self-care. Okay. So real talk, when your tank is empty, which as mothers, that is not uncommon because it happens to us, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's just the truth. That's honestly the truth. So sometimes the most productive thing that we can do is sit our asses down and rest. So think of yourself kind of like a phone. Like clearly we wouldn't expect our phone to run on 1%. My phone, I think, dies at 1%. So why are we any different, right? Why are we any different than our devices, than anything that requires power, right? That requires, downtime essentially. So self-care is not a luxury, especially for mothers. I'm going to say that again. Self-care is not a luxury. It's a necessity. So whether you're hiding in that bathroom for 5 minutes or you're, going on a Target run without the kids, binge watching, Real Housewives like me, trash TV. I'm kind of watching The Hills now. It's so random. I've been watching it for the past 2 months. Whatever it might be, after the kids' bedtimes, do what you need to do to refill your cup. You cannot be productive if you don't take that time to recharge and rest. And you are worthy of rest. So don't even think for a second that you're not, okay? Because it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. So those were kind of just some of my tips, at least that have been helping me, because I'm telling you, the first 2 weeks of the year, I was on fire, I was unstoppable. And then I kind of hit this wall. I don't even know what I hit, but I really want to encourage you moms to do better than me, because I swear when I start falling into the I'm not productive part of myself, it's really hard to get out of it. So these tips have truly helped me, and I do hope that they're helping you as well. It's really how to get shit done when you just can't, because sometimes we just can't. And it's not about being perfect at all. It's about showing up, and even if it's messy, which sometimes it is, it's progress over perfection, right? So every single time, progress over perfection. And I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of Mommy Collective. There's so much more to come this year alone. Lots of events that I can say now are going to be virtual. So I know that I'll be seeing you a lot there. There will be a couple in person here in Chicago. Hopefully, taking it other places as well. But right now we'll be in Chicago this year as well. I can't wait for those to announce what that looks like as well. Of course, the podcast every Monday, we're dropping episodes. I appreciate each and every one of you being here to listen, to share. I'm always open to having moms on the podcast. So reach out anytime. You can, email me, Mommy Collective on Instagram, or Paulina Roe on Instagram, DM me. You can email hellomommycollective@gmail.com. And I'd love to get you guys on. Or if you know a mom with an incredible story who is is a mother, is ambitious, has her thing going on, I definitely want to talk to her, because this is not easy. And I want to create this community so that we can always make sure that we have each other's backs at all times. If you love this episode, share with a fellow mommy who needs this pep talk especially. Don't forget to subscribe, of course. Leave that review for me, and just tell me all of your hacks on Instagram, okay, at Mommy Collective or at Paulina Roe. Until next time, you are killing it, mama, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys. Bye.